All right, welcome back. I got some expert help to help me sort through this j.cole versus Kendrick Lamar beef. You guys know I'm old. I'm too old to follow these rap beefs. So we reached out to D1. You guys remember D1, the great Christian gospel rapper, came in studio here with us in Nashville. I want his breakdown on this because it's making all kinds of news. j.cole has kind of apologized for beefing with Kendrick Lamar. Suge Knight has commented from prison. It's all kinds of crazy. So I needed some expert advice. Let's first, before we bring D1 on, let's first show you j.cole apologizing to Kendrick Lamar for dissing him.
But the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I moved in a way that I spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to jab my back and I try to keep it friendly, but at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that don't sit right with my spirit. That make me feel, that disrupts my peace. So what I want to say right here tonight is, in the midst of me doing that and in that trying to find a little angle and downplay this catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a microphone? Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I. So I just want to come up here and publicly be like, bruh, that was the lamest, goofy, and I say all that to say, it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that on the chin, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean? All good. It's love. And I pray that, y'all are forgive a nigga for the misstep, and then I can get back to my true path. Cause I ain't gonna lie to y'all, the past 2 days felt terrible. It let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years.
Wow. Man, that sounds like some maturity happening in the rap music industry. D1, what did you hear? What's your reaction?
I heard a lot of growth and a lot of maturity from j.cole. I heard a brother who acknowledged that he's trying to be driven by his God-given purpose as opposed to his ego. And unfortunately, what you're seeing on social media is that is not what people want to see. People want hip hop to be a blood sport. They refer to it as it's a blood sport. Hip hop is competitive in nature and it's a sport. No, it's not. Hip hop is art, first and foremost. Of course, inside of life, people are always going to pick and choose favorites. So they're going to turn it into a competitive thing. But imagine this. j.cole just had foresight, because if Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant had a chance to play one-on-one and go directly at each other in a one-on-one competition, that would never end, Jason, because of their competitive nature. So Jordan might win the first game. Kobe going to say, run it back, play again. Kobe wins the second game. Jordan say, we got to play best 2 out of 3. Whoever wins that game, they'll go back and forth until eternity, because both of them feel like I'm genuinely the best. I think j.cole is just acknowledging it's not about saying I'm better than this person or that person anymore. It's about being my best. And as long as I feel like I'm putting my best effort out there, I have to be content and at peace with that. And hip hop doesn't want to celebrate that, because hip hop wants there to be an adversarial type of tone and vibe. And if you dig even deeper, the 2 black mainstream artists who are considered to be conscious artists, what does that look like if they are sitting out here beefing? That looks horrible for us as a black community, and that looks horrible for hip hop to say, well, the 2 guys who are associated with being mainstream conscious rappers, now they're going at it with each other. That's not a good look, big picture wise. But fans don't care about anything I'm saying. All most fans care about right now is we want to be entertained. By any means, entertain us. Send a shot. Send a diss. Y'all don't have to kill each other, but please diss each other. We're begging to be entertained. And sometimes you got to ask yourself, is your desire to be entertained going to have to come at the expense of peace and progress inside of the hip hop community?
So, for an old head like myself, rap has always been about battle rap. And so I'll go back and, I'm dating you, but I know you know your hip hop history. But I think about LL Cool J and Kool Moe Dee when I was in college. They went back and forth. It was nothing. It was fun. It was like people look forward to that. And rappers used to get on stage in the movie 8 Mile. Obviously, Eminem played a character, and it was about him battling this other rapper, and people enjoyed it. And then we saw it obviously spin out of control with Biggie and Tupac, and we saw the violence, and then rap kind of got framed as like, oh man, this thing will turn violent. And so I'm only slightly conflicted, because mostly I just think rap is too toxic. It pits black men against each other. It pits black men against black women. It's all about tearing down. And to see these two guys kind of come together. And so if you could walk me and the audience, what started this? Did Kendrick take a shot at j.cole originally, or did j.cole take a shot at Kendrick?
So j.cole, Kendrick, and Drake have been framed as the big three for a while now. The big three, like the guys who are at the top of the rap game. And j.cole has referenced them as the big three for a while as well. Recently, j.cole and Drake have toured together. They've done some music together. And Kendrick has kind of been the odd man out of that equation because he hasn't been touring with them. He hasn't been collaborating with them. So because of that energy, Kendrick Lamar recently came out and put a song out where he hopped on a song with Future, and Kendrick took shots at Drake and j.cole on this song. And he said, mother F the big three, it's just big me. So he's like, forget all that big three talk. It's just big me, And he goes on to send some more shots. Because of that, it's been seen as, okay, is Drake going to respond? Is j.cole going to respond? So j.cole acknowledged he got about 1,000 phone calls of his people hitting him up, asking him, what's up? What you gonna say? What we doing? The problem is nowadays, it's the people around the rappers who are always quick to want to take it to the next level and say, maybe it's deeper than music. If we see this dude, it's on and popping. Like, what's up? Like, you need us to go put in some work? j.cole acknowledged this on his diss track towards Kendrick. He acknowledged that he got people in the streets that hit him up ready to put some work in, some street work on behalf of him, right? And j.cole was like, nah, like, I ain't trying to take it there. That's what j.cole is referencing is this got so big that it can't even be me and my boy lightly sending shots at each other via rap songs and diss tracks, because the way social media works, the way people's egos work, and the way the hip hop industry works nowadays, we have seen that ain't no such thing as that old friendly, this is just a light shot towards you and then a light shot towards me type of beef. You had people in hip hop media like Joe Budden who were literally mad at j.cole saying, you weren't aggressive enough in your response to Kendrick. I'm mad at you, j.cole. Nah, you need to be more aggressive than that. So literally you got people that's egging it on to get more and more aggressive, but then they also want to tell these brothers, hey, don't let it turn violent. Like, don't let it turn into anything really negative, but just get as aggressive and as angry and as like ferocious as possible without letting it get deadly. Man, stop, man. You're asking people to do something that's pretty much impossible. We know that words hurt. We know that words can pierce a person's soul and make a person really, really angry and really want to do something to you. And we know how many people love these artists who might feel like, you know what? I don't even need permission from j.cole or from Kendrick. On behalf of them, I'm about to do what I feel is right and stand up for them by doing something negative, inflicting harm upon somebody or upon one of their fans. You don't know what can happen nowadays, man. So instead of everybody in hip hop wanting to egg this on, you got to pick a choice, man. Stop being lukewarm. Pick a side. Do you want this to go all the way to level 10, which it could possibly lead to if it continues? Or do you want to say, you know what, we need to nip this in the bud right now, and we need to be proud of J. Cole displaying this growth and maturity. And people got to pick a side, Jay. Here's the other thing I will say. This is a caveat. J. Cole, for the longest, has been getting on songs asserting that although there's a big three, that he's the best out of them. When you do that, we have to acknowledge that that's kind of poking at those brothers. That's kind of saying, we're all in this upper echelon of rap, comma, but I'm better than y'all. And that will make a man feel provoked to defend himself and say, bro, I keep hearing you say it's the big three, but then you better than us, or you the best, and nobody could be better than you. And that could make somebody be like, nah, I gotta say something. So this spirit of competition, I think what we're learning is it either comes along with, if you're gonna say you're the best, be prepared for any and everything that comes along with that. Responses from people, from other artists, responses from their fans, and calls to action to have to make this battle really be a thing. Or maybe just exist as the best, exude that you're the best, without always having to tell everybody, I'm the best, I'm better than you, I'm better than you, I'm better than you. Because it's only so long that you can tell people that and expect them to sit on their hands and be like, well, I guess I'm not supposed to say anything. So I acknowledge that side of this too.
Before, I want your take on one other thing, and then I'm going to let you go. But before I do that, I want to shout out our great friends at Hillsdale College. It's offering more than 40 free online courses in the most important and enduring subject. I personally recommend you sign up for Ancient Christianity. Enroll now in Ancient Christianity to discover the improbable and miraculous story of Christianity for free. That's right, for free. Go right now to hillsdale.edu/fearless to enroll. There's no cost and it's easy to get started. That's hillsdale.edu/fearless to register. Hillsdale.edu/fearless. D1, I want to play you Suge Knight, who from prison does a podcast, puts out content. And again, he's an old head like myself, and obviously he's an example of where taking things too far and getting violent, where it can ultimately lead, a guy being in prison. But here's the former CEO of Death Row Records, and who has a relationship with Kendrick Lamar, advising Kendrick Lamar on what he should do and chastising J. Cole for backing down and apologizing. Let's listen.
Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick. He's the only motherfucker with a cigar. J. Cole, you supposed to say what you mean what you say. To be the best, you got to beat the best. It's a contact sport. As we used to say back in the day, if you don't want to be a gangster rapper, go be R&B. West Coast, stand up. It's a victory. Kendrick Lamar's a real motherfucker from the hub. He really from there, and everybody gonna ride with him. J. Cole, with that attitude, we'll still be in slavery. Remember, to be the best, you gotta beat the best. Just like it. When I said what I said about Puffy at the Source Awards, Puffy would have took his tail instead of getting on him. It would have been a disappointment to my people, because he'd have been out to be a bitch in front of everyone. When one looked bad, we all look bad. We all gotta remember that. When Kobe Bryant played Michael Jordan in the All-Star game, Kobe showed up and played his best game ever. So we don't got time for no. I'm gonna tell you like I tell my son, if you act like a people gonna treat you like a. And you know what happens to a pussy? A pussy gets. This is a contact sport. Contact sport. You can't handle a field of tackle, down a flag. Kendrick Lamar, whoa, West Coast, yeah, I'm smiling. Kendrick, I know I'm old now, but you motherfucker got some fire on that motherfucker. I'm gonna put on this all eyes on me and do 100 burpees, 100 push-ups. Shit, I'm gonna work out all day. Like I said before, only the strong survive. As for you weirdos, it's easy to be a soldier. Okay?
So that's an old head who clearly has not learned from his mistakes. Makes me ashamed to be old that we're passing on that type of advice to young people. But your reaction?
Yeah, I have to agree that it's ironic that Suge Knight is cheering this on. And, unfortunately, Suge Knight is doing this from behind bars. So we would hope that Suge Knight would realize that looking to be the aggressor, looking to egg this type of stuff on is also what led to Suge Knight's friend and artist Tupac Shakur not being here anymore. Always wanting to be the aggressor and be a person that, is willing to head into some confrontation. That has led to many of our rap artists that we grew up listening to and love, being dead and being behind bars right now. So I would just hope that Suge would have some better OG advice than that. That's not anything to be celebrated. Nothing that Suge said let me know that he is being driven by his God-given purpose. It lets me know that Suge is being driven by pride and ego when he makes those type of assertions that, Kendrick should stand up and be proud and rap as a full contact sport. If you choose to get into rap for it to be a full contact sport, you totally can. You can become what's called a battle rapper. And then at that point, it does become a full contact sport. I have a lot more to say on this topic, Jason, because this is near and dear to my heart. This is what I teach about on a daily basis in my college course up here at Tufts University. On my YouTube channel, this inspired me to actually start my own podcast and be like, I can't just do a 90-second take on Instagram anymore. So I'm talking about this topic on my YouTube channel. Make sure everybody comes. D1 Music, D-E-E, the number one music, because this is a lot, Jay, to unpack. And when you hear people cheering on from the bleachers or from the prison cell or from social media, and they have these loud, boisterous opinions, don't think that just because they're loud means that they're right. You can be loud and wrong. And that's what we hear from a lot of people today. A lot of people are loud, but they're wrong. J.Cole is clearly saying he values his peace more than being driven by pride at this point. And people have a problem with that, which shows that we are intoxicated with ignorance as a hip hop culture. And we so intoxicated with the ignorance that we just want to see brothers duke it out just for our entertainment. Not worried about what it's going to lead to, not worried about what message it sends to other communities to see that we bickering and we going back and forth. And no matter what people say, rap started out as a competitive thing. We have seen too many beefs that started on wax get violent and get deadly to act like it's just that simple anymore. And anybody who doesn't agree with that is lying to themselves. So Suge Knight.
Tell them again. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Suge Knight, brother. I'm praying for Suge Knight. I'm gonna sit here in my office and pray for Suge Knight as soon as we get off air, matter of fact, because I know Suge Knight can do better than that. I know he has better in him than to just want to egg this on and act like you're weak if you weren't willing to run into a rap battle. Nah, Suge, we could do better than that, and I know you better than that, brother. Now, what were you saying?
I was going to want you to plug your YouTube and your podcast again, and then we're going to let you go where people can see you go further in depth on this.
Yeah, I'm going in on this issue right here. And on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, I'm going to be really giving commentary on hip hop culture and the direction that it's going. You can subscribe by joining my YouTube. That's D1 Music, D-E-E, the number one music. That's my YouTube channel. Just hit that subscribe button and you'll see that. And also my social media, there it is right there. And my social media, my Instagram and everything is D1 Music. Same thing, D-E-E, the number one music. We got 172,000 subscribers. Let's get that thing up, man. Let's keep it running up. And I promise y'all, I'm here to be in the culture, but to show that I'm not of the culture. I'm not of this world. I'm of heaven. You heard me? I'm of heaven's descent. But I am in this hip hop culture, but I just have a heavenly mindset towards how to approach it. That's not weak. That's not lame. If anything, that's leadership. And that's what we need more of.
Thank you, D. Appreciate it. D will be performing at Roll Call 2.0 June 1st. Make sure you're going to fearlessarmyrollcall.com to sign up. Get your ticket, secure your spot for Roll Call 2.0 Saturday, June 1st, right here in Nashville. FearlessArmyRollCall.com. D1 will be one of the performers. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.